One faithful morning, a man came to the ashram of Gautam Buddha and sought shelter. After spending 2 days alone, he approached Buddha and said, "O Buddha, I have some questions in my mind. I have come to know the answers from you." Buddha replied, "Tell me, what questions do you have?" The man said, "I am not happy in my life at all. I am always very sad. There is no happiness in life. I want to know why this happens to me." Gautam Buddha said, "First, tell me the cause of your sorrow. What are the exact causes of your grief and anxiety?" The man thought for a while and then said, "What kind of question is this? I am asking you, and instead of answering, you are asking me again." Buddha smiled and said, "It is your sorrow. You should know what the causes of your sorrow are." The man said, "Buddha, you are a prophet. You know how to read minds. You should know everything." Buddha smiled softly and said, "This is your mistake. You think that someone else will free you from your grief, but it never happens. It is only you who can solve your problem. I am just like you. The only difference is I don't have any confusion. On the day your inner confusion is over, you will not need to go to any Buddha to solve your problem. Have you ever seen flowers carefully?" The man was surprised and said, "Who has not seen flowers?" Buddha said, "The flower opens out as a bud in the morning, blooms during the day, and withers in the evening. If the flower knew it would end in the evening, it might not have blossomed. Just like that, if you always think of sorrow, you will never be happy. There are still many things in your life that can make you live happily ever after. You can smile, and you can enjoy life to the fullest. You will not find happiness in life unless you follow this path. I can show you the way, I can tell you the path, but you have to walk it. Only then will you be happy in life." Hearing this, the person became silent. After thinking for a while, he said, "But Buddha, I do not understand one thing. Is it possible to solve all the problems in my life at once?" Buddha slowly began to say, "If someone comes to you and says that you will die in the next 10 minutes, you will not remember any more problems, because at that moment you will only think about the absolute truth of life, which is death. You will feel like, what is the use of thinking about problems when I will leave after 10 minutes? We never think that this life is fleeting. Our desires become so strong that we accept our life as immortal. Happiness and sorrow in life are not permanent. The cause of this happiness and sorrow is our karma and our thoughts." The man listened intently to Buddha and then said, "Should I always think I'm going to die? Will that solve the problems?" Buddha said, "No, never think so. Just think, my existence in this world is uncertain, and as long as I am here, I will live happily. Think very carefully. You still have many things that make you happy and glad. Live with them. Fix your mind and see that there is no confusion in it. All the sorrows and pains of life are caused by desire. Control the mind. If you can make the mind as simple as a child's, you will attain eternal happiness." The man asked, "How can I control the mind? I need to know the difference between happiness and sorrow. I have to understand what happiness is to me and what sorrow is. The mind must be controlled in such a way that it is neither too happy in extreme happiness nor too sad in extreme sorrow. We must remain steadfast in a middle position. If you analyze in real life, what are my sorrows or what are the causes of those sorrows? In the end, the conclusion is that the cause of all sorrows is ourselves, and the mind manages ourselves. So if you can control the mind, the sorrow will end." Buddha then said, "If you can do another small thing, you will see that the sorrow in your life is gone forever." The man said with great enthusiasm, "Tell me, Buddha, what should I do?" Buddha said, "For the next 2 days, do not talk to anyone. Go to a solitary place in the ashram and write down on a piece of paper all your sorrows and the reasons for them. On another piece of paper, write what happiness you still have and the reasons for it. Don't rush. Take your time. Go and think deeply." The man bowed to Buddha and went to a secluded corner of the ashram. 2 days later, he came back to Buddha with a lot of papers. Buddha said, "First, let me hear the list of your sorrows." The man began to read. 1. All the brothers in my family are rich, but I am poor and in debt because I am afraid to act. I worry more than I act, and I always compare myself with others. 2. My neighbors have saved a lot of money, but I couldn't. The reasons are, I have done less work and earned less money, but spent a lot in bad company. I did not save a single penny. 3. My wife has been ill for a long time. It is my fault due to my negligence. I did not take her to any doctor and just left it to luck. The truth is, there is a secret desire in my mind that if this wife dies of illness, I will remarry a faithful woman. 4. I imagine illusory happiness all day long, and I worry and grieve when they are not fulfilled due to lack of money. I drink alcohol every day to forget my sorrow, and again, I am the only one responsible for this. I know I can't afford it, but I still want it all. Even if I don't have them, I make excuses for drinking and intoxication. These are my 4 sorrows, and at the root of all sorrows are my actions and thoughts. Gautam Buddha smiled and said, "Well, now tell me the list of your happiness." This time the person said very enthusiastically, "I am happy, and I have so much joy inside. I just realized for the first time in my life in the last 2 days. My list of causes of happiness is so big that it will take a couple of hours to finish reading." Buddha smiled and said, "Not only for you, but for all of us. The cases are the same. We waste the precious time of life by thinking about the causes of sorrow. In fact, our life is a storehouse of happiness, peace, and joy. Well, you did not read the whole list, just read a few." The man began to read with great joy. 1. The first joy is that I am now living in this world. I am healthy and strong. I have parents, a wife, and children. 2. Like the fortunate ones in the world, I have the greatest wealth, the affection of my parents, the love of my beautiful wife, the tenderness of my child, and the happiness of being a father. 3. I can work, I am fit and healthy, I can improve my income by doing any work, I can happily meet the needs of all my family members. 4. I am happy because I can build a happy family as much as I can without comparing myself with any of my neighbors and brothers. With the humanity that has been born in me by your grace, I can leave my bad habits and live in eternal peace. 5. The greatest joy and good fortune is that I have found the feet of Lord Gautam Buddha by your grace. As long as I am temporarily on this earth, I'll know the truth of life, know myself with a fixed mind, and keep myself and others in eternal bliss. Buddha said, "Go back to your family. This time, you are reborn. Today, live a life of eternal peace with a stable mind. If there is any confusion in your mind about life, say to yourself, life is too short, and I am not here to be a slave to sorrow. Analyze and find out the cause of sorrow and destroy it immediately. Only then will you find eternal happiness and everlasting joy." Friends, reflect on your happiness and the reasons behind it. If you like our videos, subscribe to the channel and like and share the videos with your loved ones for more Zen wisdom story.